What is data? Companies who want to sell you things can collect your data through various channels, like convincing you to sign up for regular newsletters, rewards programs, or take surveys when you're in a store. That isn't always enough, though, and that's where data brokers come in. Businesses have been collecting and leveraging data since the days of junk snail mail, but the internet has made it oh so much easier. Core data can come from many sources, such as when people sign up for services, buy tickets for a sporting event, donate to a charity, or purchase a new vehicle. Core data is extrapolated to create what is called modeled data, which fits people into more complex categories, like those who might go to a soccer game or donate to PBS. That list of categorized data meshes with Facebook's data about you, your age, location, and political leanings. There were 214 million Facebook users in the United States as of January 2018. 132.9 million mobile users in 2015. Of the 325.7 million people in the United States, 65% are Facebook users, and 65% of those are mobile Facebook users. So they are already in our pockets, walking around with us. What do they want with your data? Companies like Axiom are trying to get intelligent about what you might be interested in and who you are, such that we can deliver more relevant advertising to you, and we can deliver offers and products and services in which you might have interest. I don't think there is a person in the world who wouldn't agree that data generates tremendous value for both people and for businesses. Advertising is more like education, all useful and relevant. We collect things like contact information, demographics, and your preferences on things, and we'll aggregate that information to try to discern a picture of what people want. This was from a CNN interview with Scott Howe, CEO of Axiom data brokerage firm, in 2012. At this point, data brokering was a $300 billion a year industry. In the previous year, Axiom had done $1.1 billion worth of business. So even then, the market for your data was exploding. Don Jackson, a security researcher for Dell SecureWorks, warns that data mining could open the door to hacking, identity theft, and stalking. I don't think anybody is being intentionally malicious, but from a security standpoint, you want to know how the data is being used, Jackson said. That information becomes powerful at that point, and it can be misused. We have seen cases where just basic information, very few pieces from social networks, can lead predators to potential victims, for example. That's a common scenario, actually. This was also from 2012. and an example from the New York Times online. A car leaves a house in upstate New York at 7 a.m. and travels to a middle school 14 miles away, staying until late afternoon each school day. Only one person makes that trip: Lisa McGrin, a 46-year-old math teacher. Her smartphone goes with her. An app on the device gathered her location information, which was then sold without her knowledge. It recorded her whereabouts as often as every 2 seconds, according to a database of more than 1 million phones in the New York area that was reviewed by the New York Times. While Miss McGrin's identity was not disclosed in those records, the Times was able to easily connect her to that dot. The app tracked her as she went into a Weight Watchers meeting and to her dermatologist's office for a minor procedure. It followed her hiking with her dog and staying at her ex-boyfriend's home, information she found disturbing. It's the thought of people finding out those intimate details that you don't want people to know, said Miss McGrin, who allowed the Times to review her location data. Apps form the backbone of this new location data economy. The app developers can make money by directly selling their data or by sharing it for location based ads, which command a premium. Location data companies pay half a cent to 2 cents per user per month. Targeted advertising is by far the most common use of the information. The Internet of Things and the advent of the smart home bring new security and privacy concerns in exchange for convenience. In 1999, Kevin Ashton, executive director of Auto ID Labs at MIT, became the first person to describe the Internet of Things. He explained that the future of the Internet would be in devices that could collect data without human assistance to maximize efficiency, cut costs, and reduce waste. By 2020, there will be an estimated 21 billion connected devices worldwide, an increase of nearly 250% from 2017. Smart devices are everyday objects that have embedded sensors allowing the devices to collect and send data about the individuals who use the device and their surroundings to a sensor system. Smart home devices are also available in the form of voice-activated assistants, such as the Amazon Echo and Google Home, both of which can control other smart devices. Smart home devices are uniquely positioned to gather highly personal and intimate data about consumers and their habits, implicating numerous privacy and security concerns. Users of smart devices gain insights about their habits within the home by tracking information such as how often their lights are left on, which can ultimately help them change unwanted habits. But does the good outweigh the bad? Describing the hypotheticals for the future of Internet of Things invokes a world filled with magic, from autonomous cars that drive us to work to refrigerators that order food for us and connect with drones that deliver it. The cost for this magic is the private information we are sharing about ourselves, from our purchasing habits to our whereabouts and even our bodily fluids. The tools our regulators possess to protect privacy interests have unsurprisingly failed to catch up to the challenges the Internet of Things presents. Additionally, today's regulators are confronted with the challenge of protecting information privacy without unreasonably inhibiting the innovations that the Internet of Things promises for our society. The vision of Internet of Things as a truly universal part of human society would require a buy-in from everybody, all the time. Economic forces will ensure that businesses will carefully evaluate the cost of participating in the Internet of Things and the values extracted from it, and they would withdraw from ventures that do not have a positive balance. In other words, if this does not work in their favor, they will not participate. What can we do in the big picture? Connect all internet-enabled gadgets of a house through a single gateway. Achievement of ultimate security goals requires both hard and soft infrastructures. That one gateway means that you can turn off plug-and-play features and control what gets connected to what and how. That is a huge value proposition in terms of having a singular access point for all devices in your home or business. On a personal level, how do we start? From a security standpoint, use a password manager. Password managers such as LastPass and 1Password do a great job of selecting unique passwords for each website that you visit and storing them in the cloud in an encrypted state so that you won't have to keep up with those per site. Set up Find My Phone features. These are available on both Apple and Android devices. Set up regular backups, both local and remote. A local backup means that you can restore a backup from your computer or hard drive if something were to go wrong with the operating system of your phone. A remote backup is an extra layer of security that is stored in the cloud in either Google Drive, Microsoft's OneDrive, Dropbox, or another cloud-based service. It's a good idea to do both. Use a VPN on public Wi-Fi. This gives you an extra layer of security at places like airports, libraries, parks, and anywhere else you can get online without a password. What about privacy? Use private browsing. In Google Chrome, you can use incognito mode. There are also alternatives in Firefox, Safari, and other browsers. Use a private search engine. Search engines like DuckDuckGo do not sell your data to other companies. Install an ad blocker. In general, we should all take steps to not only secure our phones and portable devices, but our homes as we embrace Internet of Things technology. Everything from your thermostat to your door locks to your robot vacuum cleaner is collecting data about you, and not only you, but your whole family. The nature of technology is fluid, so the legislation will be behind in adapting to the change. We must also consider the fact that lobbyists are fighting for the other side. Is this a set it and forget it type solution? Unfortunately, it is not. Issues with security, your web presence, and how your data is shared, unfortunately, is something that you are going to have to monitor continuously.